So what I'd like to do in our Pontoon and tie video for this week is I want to make sure I touch on a couple things about the stance. The stance is a pretty important aspect of what we do. I'm going to focus mainly on the kicking stance today, excuse me. So what I want you to do is I was taught this two different ways. One, take your rear foot. So in Thai boxing, my power side, being my strong side, is going to the rear. I'm going to use my right side towards the rear. Take your rear foot and turn it at a 45-degree angle. Then take your lead foot and step out at a 45-degree angle up on your toes. Okay? This is one of the ways that I was taught how to get to this position. Now, obviously, this isn't exactly set in stone. If you need to kind of tweak it a little bit, move your foot in an inch, move your foot out an inch, whatever you need to do. But you want to have your feet a little bit wider than shoulder width apart. Your rear foot is pointed at a 45-degree angle. You're on the balls of your feet, and your lead foot is pointed at your target. Okay? Now, one of the other things that is important from this position is to make sure that I have my chin down. I look through my eyebrows at you. And it's not just to try and look intimidating or anything like that. Actually, we're trying to engage these muscles here. I have my hands up high. Okay? If my hands are here, then when I get tired, my hands are going to be here. But if my hands are here and I get tired, my hands are going to go to here. Okay? That's the theory. Now, the other thing I want to make sure I point out is your shoulders. Your shoulders should be protecting your shoulder or your jaw, but you shouldn't be standing like this in sort of like a super tense form, right? If you talk to certain members of the Bama group, you'll realize why. And they were doing this, and they threw a really hard hook and tore their shoulder all up. So I'm just going to leave that one out there and let you kind of figure out who that was. Don't be tense. You'll hurt yourself. Another option to get there is you take your rear foot, you turn it at a 90, turn it at a 45, or another 90, excuse me, then another 90, and then this time on your toes is a 45. So one more time on this, it's a 90 degree on your heel, 90 degree on your toe, 90 degree on your heel, 45 on your toe. Okay, and that's another good base position. Again, if you need to try to tweak it just about an inch or so, that's fine. Okay, so we're in our stance. When you're in your stance, what I want you to do is you're on the balls of your feet, your toes pointed out, your toes pointed straight. I want you to kind of get the sway going. I tried to wear my little swishy pants so you can kind of see the sway. So the momentum is going forward, then it goes back, then it goes forward, then it goes back. So I'm almost rolling up, rolling back, okay? So from this position here, I'm gonna sway forward, sway back, sway forward, sway back. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Pivot, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Now, when I'm doing this forward step, my hands go up and they drop back. Up, back, up, back, up, back. So my hands are constantly moving in this sort of circular motion. Going up, bring it back. Going up, bring it back. So this is the stance I want you working from if you're going to be throwing a lot of kicks like in our 4 counts and whatnot. If you're going to be doing a little bit more of a planted boxing stance, you can turn this foot in a little bit. That helps you kind of get that hook turned over faster. But be very careful. If you're doing this stance against somebody who likes to kick, that's a dead giveaway, and that's a great target for somebody who has a good right round kick. So be very mindful of this, because that's going to slow your shielding deflections. So now, what I wanted to kind of touch back on was our glove drills, but I wanted to add a couple cross counters to these. This is one of my favorite ways of practicing, a list of counters. The cross can be countered a bunch of different ways. The jab can be countered a bunch of different ways. The kicks can be countered a bunch of different ways. This is one of my favorite ways of getting reps on these. Okay. Usually, what I'll do is I will set a list of 3 or 4, something a fairly small amount. That way I don't lose track in my head, because I tend to do that a lot. But I want you to just get reps back and forth when you have a partner especially. But when you don't have a partner, you can do this just as well. Try and get 5 of each, or 10 of each, or 50 of each, depending on how much you're really wanting to work. So what I'm going to start this with is our jab, catch, jab, cross glove drill. So I feed the jab, I catch, I feed a jab cross. Okay? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, that's me feeding, okay? I want you to feed even though you're not doing the defenses just yet, just so you can get in the rhythm of the Strad Driller game. Now, once you've got that rhythm, once you've got that sort of flow again, then you have to reverse it. So you catch, you jab. I want you to catch and then catch again, okay? So you're defending the first shot, their jab. You feed a jab back. They feed a jab and a cross. The first one I want you to do is just catch both, okay? So again, the catch is important to point out that you need to slide with that power, okay? I'm not jumping back. I'm just kind of absorbing it. I'm giving my hand sort of a cushion shot. Okay, that shot comes in, I cushion it, okay? So jab, catch, jab, cross, or their turn, jab, I catch it, I jab, jab, and cross. So catch, jab, catch, and catch, okay? Catch, jab, catch, and catch. Catch, jab, catch, and catch. Now, we're going to stick with the catch for our jab defense, okay? But when the cross comes in, that's when we're going to vary, all right? So we've done the catch, okay? We're going to do one of my favorites, typically just because I'm lanky, this one works pretty nicely for me. It's just a parry, okay? So I catch their jab, I fire a jab back, I catch their jab, I parry that cross, okay? When I parry, I can use my hand, I can use my forearm. Okay, the key here is to not just swat it way over here. If I do this, I'm giving them so much more energy to come back and hit me on this side. The key here is just barely tap it. If they're aiming right at my schnoz here, I'm going to push it about 2 inches, 3 inches, depending on how big your head is, over your shoulder. If they're aiming at your jaw, over your shoulder. That's the kind of goal of this. I'm not going much further than this. If I go here, I'm going to get hit again. I'm giving myself way too many openings. So I catch, I jab, I catch, I parry. Catch, jab, catch, parry. Catch, jab, catch, parry. Catch, jab, catch, parry. Now, anytime that you finish one of these shots, you can follow up, okay? Let's go ahead and utilize our 4 count. So catch, jab, catch, parry. Right to left 4 count. Bang, bang, boom. All right? So catch, jab, catch, parry. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Right? Again, any of the 4 count options work. Any of the kick canceling options work. Spin throughs, jackknives, whatever you want to do. The combination can change. That's merely a suffix. The thing I'm trying to get you to focus on is the defense of that cross. Okay? Now, next one we're going to do is we're going to parry, but we're going to hit high over the top. Now, that would be if I'm a bit taller than someone, I can parry their cross, and then I can throw that cross right over the top, or an overhand right over the top, okay? So, I catch, I jab, I catch, parry, and cross. Catch, jab, catch, parry, crossover. Catch, jab, catch, parry, crossover, or overhand over, depending on the angle. Now, again, follow it up. Catch, jab, catch, parry, over the top. You might throw these 2 shots and then throw 2 kicks. Bang. It's another 4 count, right? Catch, jab, catch, parry, punch over. I might just go straight back to my 4 count. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Fine by me, okay? That's the suffix, but follow it up, all right? Next one I want you to think about is parry and punch under, okay? If I'm shorter than the person, right? I catch, I jab, I catch, that cross is coming at me, I parry, I punch low, okay? When I punch low, I'm aiming for the stomach, I'm aiming for the hip, I'm aiming for the groin, depending on the rule set, okay? 1, 2, 3, parry, hit low, right? That is not gonna go 1, 2, so much as it is 1, 2, right? You're hitting on that half beat, okay? So if this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? I'm really speeding up that next shot. It's kind of sliding in there in the middle. So 4.5. Then again, follow up. So I catch, I catch, parry, underneath. Now right from here, we can go uppercut, hook, and double right. Those are a hat kick to a jackknife or a kick to can. Or I can go 1, 2, 3, parry punch low. I can go straight into a left to right 4 count from here. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Right? So however you want to follow up is fine by me. So far we have the catch the cross. We have our parry the cross. We have our parry and hit high on the half beat, and we have parry and hit low on the half beat. Now, another one I want you to cover, and this is kind of reminiscent of what I was just mentioning with our kick stance here versus our boxing stance. If you do this a lot against a Thai boxer, it won't take them long to figure out that they need to just kick you in the leg, right? I've done this a few times and I've gotten away with it, especially if you add, a T-type kick to it, a front push kick, or even a side kick to it. But just doing it on its own, they're gonna see this pretty dramatic opening right here. So be mindful of doing this one against somebody who can and likes to kick, okay? But what I'm gonna do here is the shoulder roll, okay? So we're gonna do 2 variants on the shoulder roll, and then on the next video, we'll incorporate some destruction shots, okay? Those are my favorite. Now, with our formula, I catch, I jab, I catch, and that cross is coming at my face. I take my shoulder, I put it right where my nose was, and I hide behind it, okay? Notice how it rolls this leg behind me, or in front of me. Again, that is the target, so I need to make sure that if I shoulder roll, I need to come right back firing, or I shoulder roll and I get out of the way as quickly as I can, get back into my stance, and keep going at it. So I catch, jab, catch, shoulder roll, come back, bang, 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 or catch, jab, catch, shoulder roll, out of the way, catch, jab, catch, shoulder roll, out of the way, they throw a T, keep them away, or catch, jab, catch, shoulder roll, come back up, bang, bang, boom, okay? Find your own method to make this work for you, okay? So that is one option of our shoulder roll, and the last option of the shoulder roll is what I kind of touched on already with adding that shot. When you do your shoulder roll, you're actually putting majority of your weight back here. I want you to bring your other leg up. You can bring your leg up as a side kick, or you can bring your leg up as sort of a 45 degree. If you don't focus as much on hiding behind your shoulder, you can kind of snap back and make a straight T, right? I'm not gonna dictate which one of those I want you to do right now. I prefer you actually practice them all. So I catch, I jab, I catch, that cross comes in, I shoulder roll, and I might hit that knee, okay? So catch, jab, catch, hit the groin. Catch, jab, catch, I'll go for that knee again, step back down, hit, bang, 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 1 and 2. So that's one option. The other option, again, was to hit that shot and get out of the way. So I'm in my stance, catch, jab, catch, shoulder roll. As I shoulder roll, I kick, I'll hop back out, and I'll get back in my stance, keeping my range the way I wanted it to be, okay? So we have covered a few cross counters today. Now, I want you to incorporate those cross counters with your glove drills, okay? Excuse me. Again, take your glove drills and rep them. Get 5 to 10 of each option before you move on. And then always do another lead, okay? If you have any questions, let me know. This doesn't seem like a burnout, but I guarantee you if you do it in the quantity that I had just prescribed, it will definitely be a burnout. Your hips will certainly be feeling it. And if you're jonesing for a little bit more of a workout, that's fine. We're gonna keep burning out the hips. Get in your stance and just roll your stance just like so. 1, 2, 3, 4. If you don't feel it in your rear hip after about a minute and a half, go back, rewind, figure out why your form isn't right, because if you're doing it right, you will feel it right here. Either that or you're just in phenomenal shape already. So of course everybody's gonna say that's the case. So anyway, have fun. I hope this helps. Thank you.